The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 11 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Grot and Dante return on their quest to eradicate the curse of the Freeloka. The peaceful people of Parasha live a quiet and tranquil existence, but evil is coming to rip apart their lives. For some, more literally than others.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. Sorry that there's been such a delay between episodes, but I hope this one makes up for it. It was recorded remotely using a bit of software on Discord called Craig, and so we do talk about Craig quite a lot at the start. We're all in love with Craig. Thank you, Craig! But more important than Craig is that you enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. As always...
Are we supposed to clap?
Yeah, we're supposed to clap. I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that kind of clapping. I misunderstood. Sorry. Go on.
What clapping were you doing?
Well, a single clap.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, what, to sync us, even though
Yeah,
Craig
yeah.
synced us.
Craig's syncing us for us, hopefully.
It's so nice.
And he's
You
so
forget
nice.
Intern Craig.
Intern Craig, producer Craig, and
Yeah.
Craig never plays WWE music to put me off at the start.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Craig
Oh,
never
do you know
does
what?
silly intros to put me off at the start.
I just wasn't quick enough with YouTube. That's all.
Oh.
I don't know. Do the listeners know we do that? I don't know if they're aware we do that. And that's
We've
been
mentioned it before. We
Have
just
we
did a
mentioned
silly
it?
song, I think. I don't think can we actually
Well,
play
yeah,
it for copyright?
I don't think anyone's checking our show for copyright. Well, no one's listening to the Formal Gamer generally. I'm pretty sure Chavo Guerrero's not having a quick listening and going, playing my bloody song again.
But Chavo's got a falling out with WWE, so maybe you'll just do a side deal, you know?
Oh, yeah, we can just pay Chavo under the table.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. And he lies and cheats and steals, so that's
Yeah.
fine. Right.
You respect it.
So, back to the Formal Gamer podcast. Grot and Dante find themselves in the woods with a load of slaves that they have freed. And for once, the slaves aren't angry or upset at them. They're sort of fans of theirs because the slaves have only seen Grot and Dante do very noble acts, which was killing these clown circus performers who were holding these men as slaves. In freeing the slaves, you ended up with a giant...
characters.
Yes. In freeing all the slaves, you've ended up with a giant caravan with a series of caravans with a giant cannon on the front of it as well, which you know is used in the circus as the human cannonball act. Unfortunately, that cannonball act will not be taking place at tonight's circus because Escobarbadon, which means to be fired from a cannon, has been killed.
Rip.
Rip Taylor. So you set up Mushtak as a sort of a guard for you having a sleep. You'd had these names are beyond me. Neatar and Nuthastir that had decided they were going to stay with the caravans and protect them.
Fellows.
Yes, the very loud actor fellows. And Bilal the medic was sort of healing people while Rakab was sort of organising people. But then John, more commonly known as Elemenis, a bird man, had just landed in all his glory, and is a bit confused as you were meant to have sort of this secret sort of relationship with him. Why he's landed into the middle of like a big group of like clearly vagrants as he sees them.
Well,
Because there are people. he's obviously overestimated our station, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a little bit thrown about by this.
so, Elemenes, great Elemenes, thank you for coming. We
Who
I have to admit,
summons Elomenis?
it is I, Dante of Tora Hay, and I sort of nudge Grot.
Yeah, and it's Grotwell of Grottiness and Stabbing and the Shadow. Lord of the Shadow. Oh, you know, Dante, we should probably work on our announcements now. We're becoming pretty big deal around here. Like we
Well,
want
I was-
a good string of names to follow us, of titles and names.
I'd like to say that as somebody trying to keep a low profile, I don't regularly announce myself, but that would be correct.
Yeah, that's good of you to have some self-reflection on that. Elemenus, you are here. See our wondrous bounty, a cannon.
Elemenus, John turns around and goes, "Yes, you have summoned me. Yes, this is a big cannon. Why would you summon Lord Elemenus?"
Lord Elemenus, we are, physically, for a moment, I was mortally wounded, and we seek your help to regain full health. In fact, sorry, DM, did Ril know? Yeah, Ril did know about Elemenus, didn't he? Yeah. Or did he actually? Yes,
Yeah.
he's met him before.
Yeah, yes, you've met Elemenus. He's met John before.
Yeah.
Here, you want Elemenus and John to Elemenus and Ril to be friends when you leave, because you realise both of them are incredibly lonely, and so you decided to set them up with each other as like a couple as you leave, so they can be friends.
And Io as well, my hawk.
Yes, and you're gonna leave Io with Elemenus as well.
You're so neglectful.
Well, only if she wants to, and if it's a better
Above-
life.
Well, of course you'll want to compared to being with you.
Yeah, it's a fair
Above
point.
you hear a lonely "Caw!"
Wow.
as Io
God, she's even getting his accent. Unbelievable.
Io's watched that entire battle thinking, man, in 4E I would have been all over that. I would have been helping. 5E, all I'm doing is just swooping about.
Oh, poor
Oh,
redundant.
4E.
Poor redundant.
Yes, we were in a battle, Lord Elemenus, and we rather thought, well, I was rather in over our heads, and we sought your assistance, but we were helped by these.
Grot, I won the battle. I'm
Elemenus-
truly worthy of Elemenus' praise.
Elemenus raises his arms and goes,
Yeah, go ahead.
and he goes, let us see over this battlefield. And he starts to march towards it, sort of bringing you two along with him. And he's like, boys, what the fuck have you brought me down here for? Like, I'll be absolutely honest, I wasn't hoping to reveal myself to a whole party full of fucking misfits.
Well, things were going quite dire. You see, John, it wasn't going well.
I
Dante-
died for a moment. I died. If
Yeah.
I hadn't misinterpreted the dice, I would be dead.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
Yes.
Okay, boys. I get it. I think you almost died, but like, what can I do now? Can I help with anything? Because I'll be honest, like, I've got a lot of ladies at home who need a lot of attention.
Show off. Well,
I just mean emotionally. There's a lot of damaged people there. They're always like,
I-
John, help me. John, help me.
I know you're good to the ladies, John. I know we went through this. You're a very good man. You could easily take advantage, and this story could have taken a much more nasty turn. But you're very good to the ladies. We don't know. They were bringing in a cannon to your mountain. I'm going to be honest, John. The likelihood is that the top of your mountain could have had its top blown off.
Well, I'm glad they didn't get here then. Thanks, boys. I mean, if
Or
there's
at
any
least
way,
been showered with men.
was at least been what, mate? Showered with men?
Yes, well, I mean, it's a cannon. Did they have Oh, they did have explosives. They weren't just going to fire slaves up into the women, were they? Yeah.
They were just going to fire slaves up into the women.
You don't know that they know there's women up living in the mountain. You don't know whether they know what's going on inside it. You just know they're going into the mountain. You don't know if the plan was just to fire slaves up into the mountain and hope they landed in John's.
We don't know.
nest.
The plan was to fire slaves up into the women.
No, you don't know. And you don't know that wasn't the plan either.
No. It does bring up a good point, which is, what on earth were they doing with this cannon up here? I mean, it seemed like they were looking it seemed like they had found this archaeological dig at the circus. So why on earth were they bringing a cannon up here? Maybe they knew about John and his hidden secret lair, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the tree. Maybe they had found out about the tree that John's using.
Yes, I think I think you had worked out. Now this is going back some because this is a logical leap on your part. And I can't remember if we found this out on the podcast or it was just you lot chatting about it. But there was a suspicion that the pillar that John stands on in the center of his lair would match very much with the tree base that you found inside the archaeological dig, and maybe somehow they need to be reunited.
Yeah, we knew that the one down in the well kind of thing, or the cavern, was at the bottom of the tree or the top? I can't remember.
That was the bottom.
It was the bottom one. Yeah. And then we knew the one upstairs was the upturned bit.
Dante, genius. You tell John about this. He needs to know. He'll never be safe until the Vryloka are wiped out.
So, John, they're coming for your tree.
Oh, it's a tree, is it? We've been using it as like a chimney. I sort of hollowed it out years ago. Oh, but they're going to be fucking furious at me. Oh.
Yes, well, I think they would have killed you, probably.
Oh, God. You lads have done me an absolute favour. Are they all gone now, then? Is this all over?
Nope. It's just beginning.
Oh, fucking hell, lads. This is really difficult, isn't it? I mean, look, they can't be coming up to my sort of haven. That'll be a nightmare. I mean, I know the girls are always like, nap, but I can't have them being murdered by evil clowns. I mean, that's bad hosting.
So the question is, what do we do now?
Well, look, you lot have saved me, really. You know, you've done me a massive favour here. And he looks at the big cannon. He goes, that would have blasted a big old hole in the side of my house. So any way I can help out getting revenge against these naughties, I'll help you, boys.
Well, Dante, I think if you agree, the first order of business needs to rest up and glue our wounds back together. And then the next order of business is to finish this fight.
I believe I'm shirtless still at this point.
You are shirtless, yes. You're still shirtless.
John, look at the holes in my body. I'm literally bleeding to death.
It's like you're going to turn that into a haiku.
Yeah. It did get interesting.
He's lost a lot of blood, John.
I just like the phrase "look at the holes in my body" as like a default sort of like, John, look at the holes in my body. John looks at the stab wounds, luckily, and doesn't decide to investigate any of the other holes in your body. And he's like, yeah, mate, it looks like you've had a rat battering. Oh, God. How can I help, boys? I'm not really like a healer in that sort of sense, really.
Any of the women healers?
Oh, yeah, a couple of them have got some sort of skills with your, potions and ointments and stuff like that. They'll deal with each other's bangs and scrapes, and if I've scuffed me wings on something, they'll tend to those. So I suspect, I don't like to bring the girls out, really, so I'd have to bring you to them.
What do we do with the cannon then, Grot, and the new recruits? Or potential recruits, slaves,
Yeah, we'll call them recruits. Yeah,
ex-slaves.
People formerly known as slaves.
Because ex-slaves ends up sounding like sex slaves pretty quickly.
Well, actually, we haven't asked them, but the Vryloka don't seem to be really into that kind of thing.
No, they're not. Anyway, moving on. I think we should hold up here. There's a good chance with the rest of the Vryloka at the circus could be expecting some big explosions, and they might be suspicious when there aren't any. We set off the cannon a couple of times, but it might not be to the same magnitude that they were expecting. So I think we should hold up here. We should camp out, maybe if John could bring his best healers, we heal up us and the men.
I'm sorry, lads. I'm not bringing any healers down to you. You got to go to them.
Oh,
The girls don't.
That's what I mean. What do we
the
do?
girls don't leave the girls don't
Oh,
leave the
sorry.
sanctuary.
I misunderstood. Well,
The
maybe
nest.
John, you could take you could you could take Dante and Rill back up there, perhaps, or they could travel up there.
But no, I'll take them back. You know, like I think I didn't really want all them men to see me. You know, like flying about because I'm trying to be a little bit on the incognito, and But
We will convince them to keep their tongue. And
I think I'll look pretty godlike if I fly off with two people in my talons. Because then they'll be like, look at him. He's not like, Trevor from around the corner. He must be some sort of god. It'll help play with the old Ella Menace thing.
So wait, you want them to see you as a god, or you don't want?
Well, I mean, better to see me as a god than just John, innit?
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't want them to know I'm just John.
No.
So I guess if I just sort of fly off with these guys, and I'll take a long route round, so they don't see me like fly into the mountain. I'll just be like, I'm taking these guys to heaven, and then just fly off for a bit.
And John, that is how it would look. And to be frank, John, a lot of these men aren't going to make it past the next day. So don't worry too much.
Oh, they're poorly.
No, we're going to take them into a battle against a horde of undead bastards. So
Oh no, that would be a lot of them. That would be bad. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you mistake. It's glorious. They will die with vengeance in their eyes and in their hands and in
their hearts, maybe.
Foot organ failure through stabbing and such like. But it will ultimately be for a good cause.
I mean, organ failure is a bad way to die in a battle. I mean, total organ failures are really.
How
I mean,
is that battle going on for? You die of organ failure.
You get stabbed in the heart. It's organ failure, right? No?
That'd be the best autopsy results ever. Like, this guy's been riddled with bullets, and he goes, "Well, it's just organ failure, isn't it? His organs just all failed." What caused him to fail? Well, the bullets really didn't help. I'll be honest. So
I was a bodyguard, not a doctor. All right.
John sort of nodding, goes, "No, that's fine. So when do you two boys want to come up to the cave? Do you want to come up now, or
Well, if you can only take two, so it would be you would have to take Rill and Dante, I suppose, and I would have to stay here with the rest.
Okay, if that's what you lads want to do, I'm more than happy to do that.
I think getting Rill back up to in decent shape is probably more important than I can take a rest and get some health points or some of my what's I forgot. I can't think of the in-world explanation for my health points. Just I can reconstitute myself here, by having some food and resting.
Yeah, get yourself all patched up and that, innit? All right. Well, look, I'm gonna stand here, sort of looking impressive, showing me wingspan off and stuff like that. Your man Rill, I do like Rill. He's a nice kid, isn't he? When you and Rill are ready to head off, just give me a shout and we'll go flappy flaps, won't we?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll give or we'll give an impassioned speech and really talk you up, John. Really.
Cheers, boys. That's good of you.
Grot, are we in any way worried about Rill with the women? I mean, like.
How long's it been since you've seen a woman? Apart from that electro pitch that we blew up.
Yeah, I mean about 6 hours ago or something.
Were any of the guards female? I don't think they were. I can't remember. I don't remember any of them being female. So yeah,
outside the circus, didn't he? Like,
yeah, he's seen women without just attacking them or trying to kiss them. He lived in the town and was in the town every day. I mean, you don't know that he hasn't had dalliances in his whole time.
To be fair, I did post in the Discord chat the formal game of 5e kissing rules.
You did,
and the rules are to go mental. So I agree, we should be worried.
Yeah, and then you rolled a D1, and that came out as a 1. So
I bodged.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, you don't think Rill's got any terrible social skills with women necessarily. There's nothing to say that Rill would misbehave. He's managed to hold his nerve and talk to everyone else and be social with every other situation.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. Grot, what are we going to tell the former slaves?
Well, I think you actually when you were boasting to John, I think you hit the nail on the head about you should give an impassioned speech about how John or Elemenus is a deity who is on the side of light, and we are now in a war with light versus darkness, and they are conscripted into that war. Try and rile them up and make them feel good about what they're about to do.
Right. I mean, because the one thing that strikes me is that if we want to use the cannon, we are now going to ask the slaves that we have just freed to do exactly the same thing that they were doing before when they were slaves, just in the other direction.
I think the context is quite important there. If you're basically saying it's not bad getting someone to use a cannon, it's a bad imprisoning someone for 3 months and then making them use a cannon.
And don't forget that at least some of them knew that the people they were holding them, they thought were cannibals. That's what Neotar and Nuthastir said. Well, Neotar specifically said, "Oh yeah, I know what they are. They're cannibals, aren't they?" Yeah. So that was useful information. One, because you've got someone who can back up your claim that the clown people are evil, and two, it means the slaves are likely to be willing to kill them without too much moral worries, even if they don't believe them to be, Draculas.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go over and are they all collected together?
I'll let you do the rousing speech as the future leader of the Vryloka. You'll need to learn how to talk to an audience. So Grot looks very carefully at Dante's face. Grot leans in with a knowing look. Is that what you're going to be doing?
Right.
So
sorry.
Rakab's
Dante just looks awkward. It sounds like
Rakab's got them sort of organised into a little camp, and he's got a little fire started, and a few of them are sort of warming up around the fire.
And I'm sorry, I'll go up, find somewhere to stand amongst them. Friends, if I could have your attention for just a few moments. Any reaction?
Rakab hushes the slaves, and then he goes on one knee, sort of next to you, looking up at you.
No, Rakab. Stand up. We are all equals here. Now, my colleague, my friend Grot here has been telling me how brave you fought when I was struck down, and how without your help we could not have possibly won the day. First and foremost, thank you for your help.
The slaves smile and nod at each other.
Fantastic. Now, it goes without saying that you are all free to go about your business, but before you do, if that is what you choose, I wish I could take just a few more moments of your time.
Just rolling a dice. You get to see the dice roll. That's a bit of a shame. I'm going to have to work out how to do that without you seeing it. Okay.
You need your own room.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to have to work on that while you do that.
Well, 14 is interesting, listeners. A 14 is interesting. You are probably just going to have to roll the dice on your own.
I'm going to adding it to a separate server now. I didn't think about that.
How sad is it that we have to say that? You have to roll the dice in real life, like fuck's sake. Anyway,
no, I've got the dice roller in the other server, so just don't go in the other server. Okay. I don't know why you would go in the AEW one, but. Right.
Wait. Friends, the people that incarcerated you, that bound you in iron, it goes without saying that they are bad, and we cannot let this stand.
You see the majority of them nodding.
We cannot let this stand. We cannot allow them to do unto other people what they do you. We have been gifted. What?
What are you giggling? Stop giggling! Listen to him.
Pay attention.
We have been Rakab goes very quiet.
We have been gifted with the presence of a bringer of light, the great Elemenes. He is here.
Scott shouts that.
Indeed. He is here to assist us in the fight against evil.
So you're wanting these people to be sort of roused into sort of like loyalty.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Is that persuasion?
So
or performance?
yeah, I think it's a persuasion. Well, you can sell me on it being performance. I think it's persuasion personally, but
it's the same. It's the same anyway.
Okay.
So a D20, yeah.
Yes, please.
11 plus 3, 14.
14. Okay. You seem to have the majority of them on side at the moment.
The people who put you in chains, they are not just bad people, but they are barely people. So they are barely people.
Scott shouts bear people.
They.
Does Grot really shout bear people? Okay. Add that in.
I was doing so well up until that point.
Okay, at that point, Neatar and Nuthastir both shout with him bear people at the top of their voices. Which it's a real benefit to Grot, and it gets the people much more sort of like excited and involved. So that has really helped. Annoyingly, not what I wanted. But...
in my head, I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was so street." Anyway, these bear people, and I sort of give.
Neatar and Nuthastir both shout bear people again.
They are the worst of humanity, and in fact, they are barely humanity. Bare humanity. They are cannibals, eating us, people like you and me, innocent dairy farmers, and potentially cool dessert farmers. Or which are the songwriters like yourself, Neatar, artists, theatrics, whoever, whatever profession it is that you seek, they seek to get in the way of that. They seek to stop you doing that by eating you. And that is the most ignoble ending.
God tries to put his hand over his mouth, he stops from laughing. And he pulls a shot to go and he goes, bear people!
Hang on, let me roll it up. Neatar and Nuthastir both shout bear people again.
Oh, dear. The bloody he does it's so good.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Let that sink in.
Let that sink in and think that it might be their teeth sinking into you if you don't do anything. If you don't seek to help us and help Elemenes. We need you. Who's with me against the bear people? Wait for
I am with you, and I put my punching dagger up in the air. Down with
so
roll
up another D20, Dante.
With advantage, obviously, I assume, because that was so inspiring. 12 plus 3, 15.
The people. Yeah, you've got them going. In fact, you've got them going so much that Mushtak just starts running straight back down towards the camp with the javelin you gave him.
Wait, Mushtak, wait. Neatar, have you
Mushtak has not waited.
Oh, get him! Grot starts sprinting off.
Grot, you go for him. What was Neatar's bandmate called? I can't remember.
Nuthastir.
Neatar and Nuthastir, do you have a song that can get us going?
Oh, good. I'll go on with the song, Danny.
Have that, DM. Have that.
To be fair, Dante came up with an impromptu haiku about his battle wounds. So there you go. I want a five verse ballad about bear people.
I mean, the fact it was the bear people is so annoying that it's caught on. It's very frustrating. Do I have a song about fighting? Yeah,
This is where we need Mira.
Now for a cheer, they are here, triumphant. Here they come with banners flying. In stalwart step they are nighing, with shouts of victory crying. We hurrah, hurrah, we greet you now, hail! And they go on like that, with a battle
Wonderful.
song.
Well done, DM. You can have an inspiration point.
And
for
that's the Michigan University battle song, apparently.
Oh, but Michigan State or
I don't know. Give me
Oh.
University of Michigan.
no, go Michigan
The
State.
old. Oh, I feel an idiot.
I
Right.
think you came up with that. I'm taking that inspiration point back. Well done for googling, though. Good googling.
It was good googling. Yeah, if I come up with that on the spot, I've been very pleased. So
Well, yeah.
you've got the whole gang ready.
Wonderful.
Mushtaq has been
No-
captured,
nobody-
and
Really? Nobody.
yeah, the slaves are on board.
Wow, this is incredible. Grot.
They were fairly certain that the guys were evil because
Yeah.
they'd watched them eat their friends and
Always-
have their friends carved
Well,
up. That
really.
helped them. And they are up for revenge on these people. They were pretty convinced that you guys could really do a job because they watched you murder them all pretty effectively. Even though you got down, they didn't really see that bit. They saw Grot run around and kill a load of people. But then they do now know that you've got a god on your side.
We are righteous with divinity.
Let me demigod. Let me put a parentheses around that one.
Right,
Yeah.
so you now want to underplay how important element is.
No.
He's more a demigod in training, like an intern god.
Now,
Elementis is looking over a little bit confused, like, why can't I just be a god?
as you may see, my friends, my comrades in arms, I am and my colleague here, Real, are in a pretty bad state. Also, we need more sustenance to give us the vigor to fight. My Lord Elemenis is going to carry us away to a place where we can revitalize ourselves and bring more sustenance and equipment back with us should we be able to find something for the task in hand. So we will return forthwith.
I like the fact you put a caveat on it, like just in case when you got Elementis in his cave, he's like, I haven't got anything to bring back. Okay, so are you wanting Elementis to take you now?
I sort of look at Grot. Yeah. Right.
Elementis, luckily for you, has wandered over and told Real the plan. I'll do that for you because otherwise Real's just going to get yanked up in the air and have to sort of deal with that. And with one of you under each side, Elementis flaps his giant wings and takes off with the two of you. And he goes to take you into the sky. So you're
Elemenis,
flying
careful
back.
with the claws. I only have very little vitality left, and please don't drop me.
Elemenis you feel very safe with Elemenis. John's the guy going, that was a really good speech, guys. I think you did a really good job. Really impressed with you, actually. So well done, boys.
Wonderful. Thank you, Elemenis.
So what do you want to be doing now? Do you want to focus on you and Rill get healed? Or do you want to focus on Grot sorting out the slaves?
I think the more important bit's probably Grot and the slaves, if I'm honest.
Okay, so Grot, you have got Rakab, who has sort of become, if something of a leader amongst these slaves. You have 20 slaves now.
Wonderful. Well,
Now they're
at
all
the
rounded
moment,
up, which I think I said before, but if I've got the number slightly different, it's because I was wrong when I first said it, and now I'm right.
there's definitely a 2 in it. It's either 12
Yeah.
or 20 or 200, something along those lines.
Yeah,
Um,
something like, or 2. Nice.
it's got to be more than that because we at least know the names of 4 of them.
5.
There we go. At least 4. Yeah. So I say to them, men, take a rest. It's been a hard time for all of you. And when Dante and Elemenis return and Real return, we will go to battle. So I think I'll instruct them to look around for any food, any supplies, and I'll warn them that the likelihood is when Dante and Rill return, we'll be turning the cannon around and bringing it back to its owners.
Okay. They're all sort of like nodding and sort of talking amongst themselves, and they sort of they understand. They're like, yeah, that's fine.
So I tell them, get weapons, get food, get supplies, and then rest.
Get set.
Kill yourself. And I suppose I'll go and try and rifle through some stuff as well. Through all the excitement, which there's been a lot of excitement, quite frankly. I can't remember the layout of the when Grot kind of regards the whole caravan. What is he reminding himself that's there?
You've got 3 wagons sort of in a row.
Yeah.
The first one, the one closest to the top of the hill, because it's going uphill towards the mountains, is where the cannon is being stored. The second 2 wagons had sort of supplies in them, and the first one was full of gunpowder. They're in the middle of the path, and there's woodland to the left and right, the east and west of them. The cannon was going to the north.
Okay.
So you need to turn the cannon around to face the south.
Yes, and before I would put someone on lookout again, further down. Probably.
So before you had Nushtar and Neotar and Nuthastir hadn't actually done a lookout yet. Mm-hmm. So they're happy to do a lookout. They were being left on the cannon, and Muxtak was happy to take the role of being.
Okay, yeah, actually, okay, keep going.
He was taking the role of being over the camp and making sure everyone in the camp was okay.
Yes. Okay, so for now, I think I'll go through the supply wagons, and I'll just be doing a search for weapons, food, anything interesting, healing supplies. I'm also mindful that I don't have very much health, so I will be wanting to take at least a short rest.
So the slaves had already packed out all the food. That was one thing they had done already. They'd found sort of food for you earlier, and they had sort of put it into sort of like a nice sort of camp they'd not made. Rakab had managed to get a fire started, and so they are sort of generally tending for each other. Yeah. Bilal is offering to tend to your wounds to give you a plus D4 on your next heal, so he'll give you an extra D4 when you heal up next. Apart from that, you don't find a huge amount of weapons. You find more equipment. There's shovels. There's sort of picks.
I remember who had
a lot of rope.
I remember who had weapons. Elemenit had a lot of weapons in his little room, didn't he?
He had a lot of robes.
Was it cloaks he had?
No, he had lots of
cloaks.
He had loads of robes.
Yeah. Crap.
And he let you have some. All the guards had weapons, though.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to say, so I'll actually be going over and looking over to Escobar Badon, because I imagine he had the best weapons.
So he did have the best weapon, but you remember from holding his weapon that it poisoned you when you held it.
Ooh.
Well, Dante would know that. And that fight was now months ago in real life, so I'm willing to remind you of that, because I think it's only been a few minutes for Grot. So
what weapons did he have specifically?
So the only weapon he used against Dante was a sword, like a rapier-style sword.
What can I search his charred body for anything else?
Well, it's not burnt. It's sort of like the blood is sort of like coagulated and seeped out of the. Yeah, it's sort of turning into like a blackened mess. Yeah, exactly. That's a nice word for it. So yeah, you can certainly search him.
What was the word you used, Dante?
Necrotized.
Necrotized. Yes. Nice. Like a moldy.
I think that's
fruit.
A nice way of putting it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just turning. Yeah, it's rotting.
Well, I'll try and search
his
body
look at
then.
The thing around his neck. Oh no, he wouldn't have one because he was a leader, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. So you can't find any of those. You didn't see those things. Well, actually, interesting. Just having a look at stuff. So, where are you searching, Grot? What are you searching for?
I'll search his body for weapons. So I'll do pat down on his legs and on his side first. See if there are any hidden daggers.
Okay, you don't feel any weapons. Do me a D20 for sort of searching.
I bloody will. Got 21.
That's
You rolled a d25. That's why.
I thought I could
Yeah.
just get a bit of a bonus. All right, I'll do a d20. Oh, that's not gone well. That's not gone well at all. I think I've got blurry vision.
yeah. You've not managed to spot anything on his body.
Oh, I'm going to take his trousers off.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, I want to take his trousers off.
They are. They're pretty. The flesh is sort of coming off with them. It's pretty.
Oh, it's so
rank.
gross. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like. Grot's looking like this is really gross. So he's like, he doesn't know how to search his body, but Grot's curious, so he tries to. Can he pick up the body and see if he can get purchase on it?
Yeah. It's just a pile. It's now like a pile of like. It's just disgusting.
I'm gonna pick up the body. I'll look at one of the caravans. The caravans have sides, don't they? They're obviously like wooden.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to run as fast as I can and try and pile drive the body into the side, throw it.
Okay.
Why?
you do that. It just sludges, and you hear bones sort of like thunking, and it just falls into like a sludgy mess.
Okay, and then I'm going to stamp on the sludgy mess to see if I can pick out anything interesting from there.
Okay, you hear some glass shatter.
Oh, that sounded like it was expensive.
Yeah, that's probably cost you dearly. Give me a perception for your foot, feeling something underneath it.
Oh, D25 or
No, just a D20.
oh, okay. Because that was
Is that you
that's the
role
mud that we
playing the
got.
fact you rolled a 2?
Huh?
Is that you
Yeah,
role
why
playing
not?
the 2?
Yeah, 18. Suck it. 18 plus 5. Yeah.
Ah, you annoying bastard. Right.
22. Yeah, that's what it is. Plus 4. 22. Yeah.
18 plus 5 is 23.
Yeah, it's actually plus 4.
Yes, you do feel something. You feel a ring.
Oh, perfect. I pick it up.
Yes.
I look at it. Does it have any inscriptions? I smell it. Does it smell sweet and delicious? What is it?
It smells rancid because it's covered obviously in his flesh. You've had to sort of pull it out with your foot and sort of rub it in the grass a bit. All around the side of it, it has sort of clouds on the outside of it and mountains on the inside inscribed, sort of images of them.
Ooh.
You're not sure
Cloudy on the
naturally what
outside,
it does.
mountains on the inside.
Clouds on the outside, mountains on the inside. I'm gonna. I'll call over. What was my orc friend called again?
Mushtak.
Mushtak.
Hiya, what's up?
Over here, Mushtak.
He runs as fast as he can over to you.
Mushtak, you seem really infused with taking it to these clowns.
Yeah.
What's your experience in battle?
For a pig. I've beaten up 3 men in a pub. I killed a deer. I helped. I punched my boss. Yeah, loads. I wouldn't say like a warrior, but like close.
Mushtag, I'm gonna make you my number 2 in battle. I want you to be at my side and defend me at all times. I'm gonna
He kneels down and goes to kiss your hand.
I shrug. Go for it. To be honest, I can't remember where it's been, but go for it.
He kisses your hand and goes, "My liege."
So I quite often, Mushtaq, just to give you a bit of a briefing on how I work, I quite often sneak about. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't ruin my cover. But
I'm sneaky. I'm sneaky.
Are you though?
Yeah. I'm sneaky and I'm strong and I'm smart.
Can I do a check on that? Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, of course you can.
Can I believe that? I'm gonna roll a. I got a 16 flat.
No, he's just strong.
Okay, right. So Mushtaq, I don't need you to be sneaky. I'm very happy to see you're an all-rounder. But what I want is when I shout Mushtaq assemble.
Okay.
I want you to run to my location and take out anybody I point at.
Okay, yeah. No, I can do that. Like, I'll stab him.
Show me what weapon do you have?
Well, he's got the javelin that Dante gave him earlier.
Like, show me your technique.
He throws it into the woods again.
Am I impressed with the throws? Am I like, yeah, that'll work?
Well, let's have a quick check. Yeah, it goes a long way.
Okay. I'll say to Mushtaq, here's some advice.
You go to say that to him, but he's gone chasing after the javelin.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He's gone.
I was going to get him to wear the ring, but he's gone. Okay. I'm going to.
Oh no! Well, you can immediately hear him stomping back. Like he's coming back.
Okay. I'm still thinking better of it, so I think I'll try this ring out and see. I'll put the ring on and see if I feel anything.
Well, do you want to do? What's the magic thing? The Arcana check on it? Is that what you want to try and do?
I can do. I mean, I've got 0, but let's go for it. 1d.
0's better than. Oh no!
You forgot the exclamation mark.
Yeah. Bloody exclamation mark. 15.
Plus your 0. I mean, so you've got it on, have you?
Yeah, I'll kind of have it in my fingers, and I'll be putting it on.
You get the feeling that whatever it does is going to be done in combat. It feels positive. It feels like it's going to help you. And you get the feeling it's something to do with critical strikes. Next time you roll a 20, or you do a critical strike when you do.
You don't get enough buffs with your critical strikes, do you, Jules?
Yeah, no, I need to up that.
You don't. It doesn't feel like it's going to do damage though to the opponent. You feel it might buff you.
Ooh, well, I'll definitely won't be telling Dante about that one. I put up my little pinky. I keep on stabbing on the necrotized pool of body.
You hear some really expensive glass smashing.
I'll stop when I hear that second smash, and I'll rifle through it and see if I can pick up any of the broken bits.
Yeah, you find a bit of broken glass, but whatever potion was inside, you think has been destroyed.
I listen to the ground. Is it sizzling or anything exciting?
It's sizzling. It's sizzling.
Oh. I won't be telling Dante about that one.
Does it look like it was the neck thing, or is it just like what is actually?
You're not sure what he's smashed. He stamped on it.
Right.
If Dante was here, he'll be all, why'd you? We could have saved the potion, and that'll make up for me dying all the time. Stupid Dante. He doesn't even know I smashed up this expensive potion.
I think you called him Danny. That's just me.
Dante.
All right.
And I piss on it. I piss on all of it. Fucking Vriloka. So I piss on it.
So his sword is there. You can see it.
I piss on the sword a bit as well.
Okay. You see another stream of urine coming and hitting the sword.
Oh, what's that? Are you back? Yeah.
Mushtaq has run straight up and immediately unsheathed and started pissing as well.
Don't cross the streams, Mushtaq.
He's just nodding.
Who's doing better, if you know what I mean? Who's longer in the shower?
I mean, Mushtaq doesn't need to be smart. Let's say that.
I see. Okay. Oh, Mushtaq, good one. We always piss on our enemies after we defeat them to show that we're more honorable than them. Okay. Let's go see what else we can find. So the sword that I pissed on. Do I have any?
The sword that I pissed on.
I'm marking my territory. Do I have any? Can I try and wrap some cloth around the handle and see if and I'll ask Mushtaq to pick it up?
Okay.
So be careful. Pick it up by the handle.
So hang on, pick it up, but while you've wrapped it in something.
Yeah, I've already wrapped it.
Okay, you find an oilcloth in one of the wagons and you wrap it, and yeah, Mushtaq does seem to be able to pick it up without damaging himself.
So I go, oh, good. And what I do is I instruct Mushtaq to tightly bind the handle so that none of it is showing. And I say, this, Mushtaq, is my gift to you. A weapon that is, quite frankly, far above your station.
Yeah.
But we found the workaround, and I'm sure nothing will go wrong with this.
Mushtak nods and stares at his
Ow.
new weapon. And unfortunately, we're going to have to look at what Mushtak does with that new weapon next week.
Ah, don't even know how tall he is. Oh god, the anticipation is just killing us.
The height wasn't just for half orcs, that was for miners. That's how miners associated their power. Not every half orc does that.
Not just
Thanks for
minors,
listening.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
The Formal Gamer, podcasts for those with exquisite taste.